Welcome, companions and members of the Order. I am the Traveler. Today we return to Middle-earth, where we now stand before the fabled Mount Gundabad, a place steeped in legend and conflict. Located at the northern tip of the Misty Mountains, Gundabad is more than just a mountain. It is a historical nexus, a place where the tides of power have ebbed and flowed throughout the ages. Our journey will uncover the secrets of this sacred peak, from its earliest days to the tumultuous events that have defined its legacy. The annals of history tell us that Gundabad has been revered since the world's dawn. It was here that Durin, the father of the Longbeards, awoke, and thus it became a sacred site for all dwarves. Gundabad's significance to the dwarves cannot be overstated. It was a cultural and spiritual touchstone, a place where they could feel a connection to their earliest ancestors. Yet, this hallowed mountain would not remain in dwarven hands. The shadow of evil grew, and Gundabad became a coveted stronghold for the orcs. Gundabad's strategic position made it a key military target. It was the northernmost bastion of the Misty Mountains, commanding the passes between the lands of Angmar and the Iron Hills. War ensued, a bitter and relentless struggle as dwarves and orcs vied for control. The mountain echoed with the clash of axes and the roars of the orcish hordes. Here, among the ancient ruins, one can almost hear the echoes of battle cries and the sorrow of the fallen. Despite the darkness that overtook it, Gundabad remained a symbol of the dwarves' fighting spirit. The orcs fortified Gundabad, turning it into a garrison of malice. Yet, they could never erase its dwarven essence. By the Third Age, Gundabad had seen many rulers. Yet it stood, resilient as ever, a stone chronicle of Middle-earth's enduring saga. As we look out from its heights, the same view that kings and chieftains once beheld, we are reminded that Gundabad is not just a place of war, but a keeper of stories, a guardian of memory. Here, at the crossroads of the past and present, we find a narrative etched in stone and spirit. Let us now venture into the enigmatic lands of Rune, the east of Middle-earth, a realm wrapped in mystery and steeped in the tales of old. Rune, known to many only by name and rumor, encompasses a diversity of lands and peoples far beyond the knowledge of the West. The vast Sea of Rhûn, the heart of these eastern lands, has borne witness to the ebb and flow of power, culture, and the ever-shifting tides of fortune. Beyond the sea lie the plains and steppes that have given rise to a multitude of tribes and confederations, some of whom allied with the shadow in the west. The Easterlings, a term used by the West to describe the varied peoples of this region, were often seen as foes, but their culture is rich and their history is as deep and complex as any in Middle-earth. Rune is not a monolith. To understand Rune, one must appreciate its diversity. Artifacts unearthed here speak of civilizations that once rivaled the greatest kingdoms of the West. Their craftsmanship in metal and stone tells a story of sophistication and a mighty people. These ruins, silent though they are the storytellers of Rune. They hold within them memories of splendor and sorrow, conquests and kinship. The landscape of Rune is as varied as its inhabitants. From the shores of the inland sea to the deserts and the untamed forests, Rune's ecosystem is both harsh and beautiful. The flora and fauna here have adapted to the extremes, surviving and thriving in conditions that shape the life of the people of Rune. Trade is the lifeblood of many Eastern societies. Here, in the bustling bazaars, goods from all corners of Rune and beyond are exchanged. Spices, silks, jewels, and artifacts from distant lands come through Rune, a testament to its role as a crossroads of commerce. The tales of Rune are many, and they are told in song, dance, and spoken word. They chronicle the journeys of heroes and the rise of empires. As the sun sets on Rune, we are reminded of the enduring enigma of these lands. Our journey has been but a glimpse into a world that remains shrouded in the mists of time. Deep beneath the Iron Mountains, in the northern wastes of ancient Middle-earth, lies the fortress of Angband. a place of legend and dread, where Morgoth, the dark enemy, once held sway over a realm of darkness and despair. Angband, whose very name means iron prison, was a fortress of unimaginable strength, a center of power and malevolence that stood against the free peoples of Middle-earth. Let us now journey back to the First Age, to the very heart of darkness that was Angband. The gates of Angband were said to be impregnable, guarded by the monstrous creatures of Morgoth's creation, and the ever-watchful eyes of his lieutenant, Sauron. Angband was not merely a fortress. It was a symbol of Morgoth's might, a statement of his claim to dominion over the world. From this dark throne, Morgoth waged his war upon the elves, unleashing his armies and foul beasts, including the infamous Balrogs, winged demons of terror and flame. Here, in the bowels of Angband, we can feel the oppressive weight of darkness. It's in these halls where the Silmarils were once held, kindling a glimmer of light amidst the gloom. Angband endured countless sieges and battles. It was here that the fate of entire nations was decided, as elves, men, and dwarves fought desperately to stem the tide of evil. While barely a trace of Angband remains, the echoes of its memory are imprinted in the very fabric of Middle-earth's mythology. As we walk these empty lands, one can imagine the fierce battles that once scorched these grounds, where heroes fell and legends were born. These relics, though from a different age and place, inspire us to reflect on the nature of power, corruption, and the unyielding courage of those who resist tyranny. This journey to Middle-earth is now at an end, but the stories of those who lived, fought, and died here will forever illuminate the pages of history. Until next time, companions, I am the Traveler. If you have enjoyed today's journey, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, companions, safe travels.